doing great this morning. My prayer for us is that God will speak to us this morning, and that His perfect will and plan shall be fulfilled in our lives. Before I go into the message of today, which is the vessel of honor, I'd just like to summarize what we've heard about the Holy Spirit in the past 3 weeks. Our first topic 3 weeks ago was who is the Holy Spirit. And we say the Holy Spirit is God, the third person in the blessed or Holy Trinity. And most people have misconception of who the Holy Spirit is. People believe the Holy Spirit is it, or an angel, or a dove, or a wind, or a cloud. But the Holy Spirit is God Himself. And we gave an analogy about we being born into a family as a child, and we grew up as a man, and we got married, and we became an husband. We are the same person, coming in different dimensions. And that is what I want us to understand, that God the Father came as the creator in the Old Testament. So we saw the Father in the Old Testament as God the Father, the creator. And He sent His Son as the Redeemer, one who redeemed us from our sin. And Jesus came, died, and redeemed us, and went back to the Father and sent us the Holy Spirit. So this is one and the same God coming as Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit for the purpose of man's redemption. And we went further to talk about the function of the Holy Spirit. What is the primary function of the Holy Spirit? I want to give this summary so that we can have an understanding of where we are going to. We are going somewhere with this series of the Holy Spirit. And we said in John chapter 6, the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of truth. And Jesus said, the Holy Spirit will guide us to all truth. And I said, the truth the Holy Spirit will guide us is about faith and morals. Don't forget that. The Holy Spirit will guide us to faith. Everything that has to do with God, faith. And everything that has to do with the secular world, morals. So we don't need to live in confusion as Christians. We don't live to live in confusion, because the Holy Spirit teaches us and guides us to all truths about faith and morals. We must understand that. So the first function of the Holy Spirit is to guide. The Holy Spirit sanctifies the believers because He is holy and He has to dwell in a vessel that is holy. So the Holy Spirit tries to make us to be holy so that He can use us as holy vessels, vessels of honor. And the third part of the Holy Spirit we talked about last week is the personality of the Holy Spirit. What does that mean? The personality of the Holy Spirit. I, as Christian Waje, I am a person that has personality. I have what I like and I have what I don't like. That is what we call personality traits for those who are into psychology, right? All right. So that is how it is with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has its own personality. It has what it likes and what it doesn't like. And we listed few of them. First, the Holy Spirit must not be blaspheming. Jesus said, if you blaspheme against the Father, you will be forgiven. Against the Son, you will be forgiven. Anyone who blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven in this world and in the world to come. That is a serious deal. And the second point is the Holy Spirit don't want to be grieved. To show you that the Holy Spirit is a person. Right? It's only a person that can be happy and can be grieved. So the Holy Spirit don't want to be grieved. The Holy Spirit don't want to be quenched. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 19 says, do not quench the Holy Spirit. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 10 says, do not grieve the Holy Spirit. And we can do that by the way we live our lives. The Holy Spirit wants us to be sensitive to His prompting, to His leading, to His guidance, to His direction. And that is where our fulfillment as Christian lives, once we are being led by the Holy Spirit. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 8, if you read somewhere from verse 8, Romans 8 from verse 8 to 11, it said, those who are led by the Holy Spirit are the sons of God. So the Holy Spirit wants us, He wants to lead us, He wants to guide us. The Holy Spirit wants us to keep stirring His presence, His gift in our lives. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6. Stir up the gift of the Holy Spirit. So that is the summary of our 3 lessons of the Holy Spirit. So we are going to take a break today and we'll continue about the Holy Spirit next week. And we are going to be looking at the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And the gift of the Holy Spirit is divided into 3 dimensions. Understand this. The first dimension is what we call the 7 cardinal gifts of the Holy Spirit. The 7 cardinal gifts of the Holy Spirit, which is wisdom, knowledge, and so on. The 7 cardinal gifts of the Holy Spirit. And then we have the 5-fold ministry gifts of the Holy Spirit. The 5-fold ministry gift of the Holy Spirit. The pastor, the prophet, the apostles, the teacher, and the evangelist. The 5-fold ministry gifts. And the last dimension of the gift of the Holy Spirit is what we call the extraordinary gift of the Holy Spirit. The gift of speaking in tongue, interpretation of tongue, discernment of tongue, working of miracles, a gift of faith. These are what we call the extraordinary gift of the Holy Spirit. So we are going to take it one Sunday at a time. Am I confusing us? Good. So today, we want to look at the vessel of honor.